Hi, I'm Zoe.
Hi, I'm Ella. We did our project on effects of list making and conscientiousness on optimistic time predictions.
All right, so people have a tendency to predict that tasks will take less time than it actually does. This tendency is called the planning fallacy, and it causes people to make unrealistic plans, which can lead to poor time management, missed deadlines, and added stress. One way to reduce the likelihood of falling victim to the planning fallacy is by unpacking the task at hand. This involves writing a to-do list of the steps required to complete the task. Our experiment looked at two variables and how they affect the length of time that participants predict a task will take. The first variable is unpacking the task, where participants either list the steps required to complete a task or do not list any steps. The second variable is conscientiousness, which is a measure of personality that is highly related to time management skills. The purpose of our experiment is to test whether unpacking a task and scores on a conscientiousness personality skill will affect the length of time it is estimated to complete the task. We hypothesized that the participants who were in the unpack condition would provide longer time predictions than those in the pack condition, and that participants who score higher on the conscientiousness measure will also provide longer predictions. Longer time estimates equate to less optimistic time predictions. Our sample consisted of 22 participants, ages 20 to 25. We first administered the conscientiousness personality measure through a survey and sorted participants into high and low conscientiousness groups based on a median split of the scores. A second survey was conducted where each participant received a statement asking them to imagine they must prepare for a date and be ready by a specific time. The participants were asked to estimate how much time it would take them to prepare for the date and at the end, what time they would start getting ready. Participants in the on-pack condition listed every step they will need to take to get ready for the date prior to predicting how much time it will take, and the pack condition did not list any steps.
Results showed that there was a significant difference in mean time estimated between high and low conscientiousness groups, meaning that those in the high conscientiousness group provided longer time predictions than those in the low conscientiousness group. There was not a significant result for the packing variable's effect on the length of time predictions. However, when looking only at the high conscientiousness group, unpacking the task had a significant effect on the length of time predictions, meaning those that were in the unpacked condition provided longer time predictions. To manage speculation of gender differences effects on time predictions, we performed a t-test. This showed that gender does not have any effect on time estimates. However, only 4 men participated in our study, so this may have affected the results. As expected, results showed that those with high conscientiousness tend to have greater time estimates than those with low conscientiousness. However, task listing has no effect on time estimates, which is inconsistent with previous literature. Overall, results suggest that those high in conscientiousness may be less vulnerable to the planning fallacy since they tend to exhibit longer time predictions. This is the only study that we know of which has found personality differences to have an impact on optimistic time estimates. Additionally, it is the first to assess how conscientiousness and task listing work together to combat optimistic time predictions.